WWE must avoid this big mistake with Bianca Belair. As we approach WrestleMania 41, Bianca Belair is slated to work one of the biggest matches of her career in a match that I feel like people are not getting enough focus on. You have to pay attention to this because, look, WWE has either confirmed or is going to announce that there will be a triple threat. It will be Bianca Belair challenging Io Sky for the Women's World Championship, but they're going to include Rhea Ripley. Now, this is a complete change compared to what we thought was going to happen. Think about it. So we go into the Royal Rumble, and there's obviously some notable stars in that match, and most people figure, okay, well, Charlotte Flair's going to win it, and she's going to challenge Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship, and that's exactly what happened. Fast forward, Elimination Chamber, opportunity number 2 for the women's division, just as well as for the men, because it was Bianca Belair, it was Bayley, it was Naomi, it was others in that match. Roxanne Perez, where Liv Morgan, you had a full field of top tier stars in that match vying for the opportunity to challenge for the Women's World Championship held by Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41. Many people, including myself, had called for Bianca Belair to challenge Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. So fast forward, we get to the night, bada boom, bada bing, Bianca Belair wins the Women's Elimination Chamber match. It's a big deal because this would be the very first singles match televised on the main roster. They've only worked one other match, which was a dark match at SmackDown, I believe last year. Other than that, we have not seen them go one-on-one in many, many years, and it was down in NXT before both had hit their prime. So this was going to be a significant match. Fast forward, WWE in March called for an audible, and they put the championship on Io Sky, who had defeated Rhea Ripley on an episode of Monday Night Raw, and that completely threw everything out of whack. We were not going to get Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. We were not going to get that historical match. We were not going to get the dream match. We were not going to get a match in which both women had publicly called for numerous times. No, no, no. We were going to get Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. And obviously, with the type of status and caliber in which Rhea Ripley is, you have to have her on the WrestleMania card, and that's exactly what WWE is doing. And it's the right call. It's the smart call. It's the right call. However, there's also another call in which they got to make. There's another call, another decision, another must-have, a must-avoid type scenario in this match. You have 3 extremely talented stars. You have 3 extremely over stars in Io Sky, who has hit another level in terms of popularity. You have Bianca Belair, who is the staple of being a babyface, someone who has been there, done that, saw that, and has been as a tag team star for the better part of a year. And then you have Rhea Ripley, who has hit megastar status and is looking to get another WrestleMania moment. But I was thinking about this match, and that's where this video picks up. WWE must avoid having Bianca Belair lose this match. And I'll tell you why. So we had Rhea Ripley. She had a short run as Women's World Champion. She got a revenge on Liv Morgan. She won the title. She defended the title. And then she put the title on Io Sky. So she had done her job. She really doesn't hurt in terms of star power or momentum by losing the Women's World Championship to Io Sky, right? And then we have Io Sky who, okay, we got another title run, and that has given her a boost in popularity. That's a good thing. That's a positive thing. But then we have Bianca Belair, and Bianca Belair's in a very interesting situation because if you look at Bianca Belair for the last year, she has been in as a tag team star with Jade Cargill. Now, there's nothing wrong with her tag team run. I actually really, really enjoyed it. I thought they did a lot of good stuff, and they continuously kept Bianca Belair in that top tier status, but they did pull her out as the main event player. They did pull her out at the top of the women's division as in terms of a single star. So now you had a reset button, a pause button, if you will, and the fans, they have not seen Bianca Belair as a top star in a while. And she is a top tier star. She is a main event top star. Don't get that twisted. But now you have a real opportunity to kind of breathe fresh air into the women's division on Monday Night Raw. And you somewhat did that with Io Sky, but I think that there's a real opportunity for there to be an extended program between Io Sky and Bianca Belair. I think coming out of Mania, you give Bianca her big title win because I think she's deserved it, and I think fans are ready to see her as champion again. But the good news is, for not only Bianca Belair fans, but also Io Sky fans, now you get an extended program between Io Sky and Bianca Belair coming out of Mania, in which you can work the upcoming PLEs. You could get a 2 or a 3 match out of them, including Mania, coming out of Mania at PLEs, and that kind of brings you into the summer, and then you can figure out where you want to go from there. Bianca Belair, if you look at her runs as champion, they're not short. So if she's going to win the championship at WrestleMania, something which I think she should do, you best believe she's going to have a long reign as champion, and rightfully so, because she can hold that belt. And she's so over with the core audience of WWE. She's so over with her own fan base that she can really help carry the women's division. Because if you look at it coming into 2025, there was not a lot there in terms of the Raw division. You had Liv Morgan, top tier star. You had Rhea Ripley, but that was about it. They had not built up a lot of names. Well, what have they done since then? Well, they've built up Io Sky, and she had momentum. And obviously, WWE felt that she had enough momentum to put the championship on her, and the fans received that very, very well. So that all turned out A-okay. And then you have Bianca Belair, who had been a tag team star, who had been on SmackDown. Well, now she shifts over to Monday Night Raw. And oh, by the way, now you have Bayley on Monday Night Raw. So if you wanted to, you could always have, Bianca Belair win the title at Mania, have her feud with Io, and then you could turn Bayley, if you wanted to, into a heel and have her feud with Bianca Belair in the summer, or you could just have her as a babyface if you really wanted to. Some type of an alliance, frenemies type storyline angles, if you will. There's a lot of positivity going into Mania with the Raw Women's Division that I don't think a lot of people, including myself, necessarily thought was going to happen, right? Like the Raw Women's Division coming into 2025 was a little light. It really, really was. But now that, and you can always bring Liv Morgan back to the main event scene, if you will. I know she's a tag team champion right now with Raquel Rodriguez, but come the summer, come this fall, I don't know if she's necessarily going to be tag team champion. So she is great, if she's not great, but you could always bring her back into the title picture and her work with Bianca Belair. That's not a feud that we've seen quite often. I know they've worked in the past, but in terms of a main event title program, we have not seen that from those two with each other. So that's also another option. So there's a lot of good stuff that WWE has cooking right now with the Raw Women's Division that I think is really flying under the radar. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment down below for more wrestling content.